Hey, I'm the sports professor Rick Horrow, and welcome to Beyond the Scoreboard, the inside look at the trillion-dollar business of sports from a marketing, endorsement, legal business perspective that impacts you, the fans. Everything that's not the X's and O's is covered on the show, and the trillion-dollar business is an understatement. The Kentucky Derby coming up, NHL, NBA playoffs intensifying, the baseball season now in May through the All-Star game. This is the intense time where people make the dollars. The NFL continues to thrive after the draft, and so much more. In fact, 15 to watch every week. If you want to see it, look at csnne.com and look at all of it all over the place. You can get a good idea of the top topics, at least in my mind. And if you want, subscribe to our iTunes feed. Look for us on Stitcher, Google Play, Audio Boom, and the like. Today, an interesting fit. Stefan Wagner, the head of global sports and entertainment for SAP, talking about sports and technology geared basically to the middle of the NHL playoffs. They've got some really interesting stuff all over the world, not just in the U.S. Let's take a look at some of the big issues that we have today. Starts with football. It always starts with football. In tandem with the attendance-breaking NFL draft, over 250,000 people attended the event in Philly. The NFLPA has locked into an interesting new partnership with Lyft. Each player, all active players, get about $250 in ride credits. The additional opportunity to earn ongoing credits through social influencer promotion. Players able to redeem Lyft credits in 30 of the 32 NFL cities. And the partnership will do so much for the players, says Ahmad Nasser, the president of NFL Players Inc. And first and foremost, allows players league-wide to have a consistent and safe option for rides. But more than that, Lyft provides career and business opportunities for active players and others. And my take is that with more and more players cutting their career short due to the threat of concussions and other debilitating injury, long-term career and financial planning never has been more critical. And the league clearly benefits from the Lyft deal as well. But what about kids that are drafted? And what happens with them? Well, the new deal with the NFLPA also with Whoop, a performance tracking company, each player given a wrist-worn, custom-designed monitoring device called Whoop Strap 2.0, capturing information on sleep, recovery, and other data. Players will be able to sell the individual data through the NFLPA's group licensing program. A first time a Pro Sports Players Association partnered with a wearable tech company. Every day, players produce data that can translate into physiological and financial opportunities. The partner with Whoop, the first step in harnessing the existing technology, says the union. And my take is this. Biometric data becomes central to the NFL Combine, leading to the draft. And with sports fans embracing fitness trackers at record rates, it was inevitable sports leagues would incorporate this technology into business strategies. They've done it before, they'll do it again. Well, that's technology. How about real estate? Canton, Ohio, from an NFL perspective, finally receiving the centerpiece, a new 4-star football-themed hotel. Cleveland officials say they broke ground on a new hotel in the emerging Johnson Controls Pro Football Hall of Fame Village. The hotel set to open during summer 19, designed by HKS Architects. And among the hotel's features, 4 food and beverage options, a farm-to-table restaurant, a Shula's, you got to have one of those, a lobby lounge, grand lobby, 40-foot high ceilings, 25,000 square feet of meeting space. The new hotel is meant to help Canton get a NFL draft in 2019 and beyond, and it also fits into the new theme village that are available. Youth sports complex, retail stores, billed as the world's greatest sports bar, assisted living area for retired Hall of Famers. The Canton renovations, my take, an important step in the NFL's quest to be a year-round lifestyle brand, from the Super Bowl to the draft to the Hall of Fame and beyond. We all know the NFL never sleeps. And how about those Patriots maybe getting the draft in the future? Never put it past them, and it certainly is a legitimate possibility. Let's shift gears for a few minutes to baseball. And even though MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred insists nothing's been finalized, Jeb Bush and retired New York Yankees star Derek Jeter agreed in principle to buy the Marlins, all the media reports say, $1.3 billion, Miami Herald's Barry Jackson says that there are at least 5 investors in the group, though they've kept their identity secret. Other bidders for the Marlins being sold by owner Jeffrey Loria, New York art dealer who purchased the team for $158 million in 2002. And other bidders want to bid over $1 billion, including Tag Romney, the son of one-time U.S. presidential candidate and Massachusetts Governor Mitt Romney. We have a battle of the ex-presidential candidates, Romney and Bush. How about that? And here's the bigger take. MLB's best interest ought to get it done ASAP, the sale, especially with the All-Star game coming to Miami. Look for closure sooner than later. And for Boston fans, Chicago fans, and everybody else, a higher net worth on the franchise means more dollars for everybody and a higher value for franchises as well. Well, guess what? Weather's great. We're ready to get the clubs out, ready for some golf. Tiger Woods isn't, though. His drop is only poised to continue after his 4th back surgery. Questions about the return of Bridgestone and TaylorMade as Woods sponsors have arisen amidst the lengthy layoff from golf. The endorsement contracts typically run about 3 or 4 years and pay a PGA Tour player a base sum, company equipment in exchange for the right to use his name and likeness in advertising. But aside from in-store displays and advertisements, the only visibility Woods has generated since playing in the European Tour in February has been for the course design business, which is okay, but he signed a multi-year deal with TaylorMade before the season, and thus far in 2017, he's played only 2 events. And some people well-versed in the sport and endorsement deals have said they no longer see Woods as a golfer. He's now a brand. Probably good for him, but a lot of people want him back. And my take is this. Whether or not Woods' brand value as a course designer and a golf icon will replace companies' exposure on his shirt and bag during live tournament rounds will become more apparent as his current deals mature and brands decide whether or not to re-up. You always have the men's side, but how about the women's side? PGA Tour and the LPGA finalizing plans to stage a joint limited field tournament in Hawaii after the start of the calendar year. Nothing set in stone. The combined event could be held as early as 2018. Tournament winners from the previous season on both circuits coming together in an expansion of the Tournament of Champions. It would be an official event for them and an official event for us, says Mike Wan, the LPGA commissioner, in an interview. And with 2 different leaderboards, both are actually trying to achieve official results. Same pin placement, same course, same time, same days. Here's my take. With the team format at this week's Zurich Classic being popular, look for both the men's and women's tours to engage to add variety to the mix in order to keep longtime golf fans engaged and new fans intrigued. Well, if you want to engage and intrigue, then don't let somebody in front of a TV set call in and change the rules and alter the event. Guess what? TV viewers no longer have the same power to influence with the implementation of Decision 34-3 by the USGA and the R&A. Effective immediately, a player will no longer be penalized when video evidence reveals things that couldn't reasonably be seen with the naked eye and or when a player has made a reasonable judgment based on their knowledge at the time. The decision would prevent the same occurrence that affected golfer Lexi Thompson a few weeks ago at the LPGA A&A Inspiration when she was penalized 4 strokes during her final round because a viewer at home emailed in about Thompson incorrectly replacing her ball on the green in the 3rd round, costing her 2 penalty strokes for the incident and 2 more for signing an incorrect card. And here is my strong take as a golfer. The game is certainly one of etiquette and honor, but it's also good to see common sense prevail in this case. Judgments will henceforth be made by proper rules judges and the ultimate authorities, the players themselves. Finally, heading for the weekend, 2 feet to 4. Saturday marking the 143rd running of the Kentucky Derby, held each May at Churchill Downs. Ahead of the Run for the Roses, Wallet Hub, the finance website, talked about some fun facts about the first leg of the Triple Crown and which states have the biggest gambling problems. Well, obviously, Nevada. How about South Dakota and Montana as well? But other fun facts, Wallet Hub revealed that more than 127,000 mint juleps served each year, 522,000 beer cans consumed, fashionable headgear on display, 90% of female attendees embraced the time-honored tradition of wearing big hats at the racetrack. Last year, 192.6 million wagered on the Derby, 152 million paid on winning tickets. Historically, however, only 35 mounts followed up a Derby victory with a Preakness, and 12 sealed the deal with the Belmont. Here's the take. The chance to see history, nevertheless, just one element of what makes the Kentucky Derby so special, along with its fan-friendly traditions and annual pomp and circumstance. Again, you want all 15? Look at the website. We list them all as we do every week. Sports, technology, NHL playoffs, not really good for either Blackhawks or Bruins fans, but in the middle of the second round, the middle of the playoffs, excitement gets even bigger, and SAP in the middle of the deal as they move forward. They are the biggest, undisputed technology company in the world as far as technological innovation. They've been involved in doing things in tennis, new technology with the NHL, and growing each game by providing fans certain things they never saw before, including integrated management systems for teams, facilities, players as well. We'll learn a little bit more about that through Stefan Wagner, the global GM of sports and entertainment. SAP, Stefan Wagner, caught up with him at the Sloan MIT Summit. Interesting perspective.
Rick Horrow again, Sloan Analytics Conference, and the sound is waning, and it shouldn't be. Again, what you hear back there are hundreds of students and vendors and others in the industry trying to approach the giants and titans in the technology industry, including SAP. We have the guy right here, so I'm sure we're going to be interrupted a number of times during this interview by people who want jobs or want advice, and that's what Stefan Wagner, the global SVP of Sports and Entertainment and the general manager of the entire business unit, is here for. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you, Rick. Thanks for the invitation.
Appreciate it. So, it's an infomercial, but it's very important to establish the predicate and the qualifications. 40 years, 190 countries, 261,000 customers. That just begins to tell the story. But that's overall, it's a broad perspective. So talk a little bit about SAP before we even tell the sports story.
SAP is well known as a big software provider for the top Fortune enterprises in this world, and I think we are here now 43 years with a big customer base. We are now moving heavily towards the cloud, so we are actually I would say the leading company when it comes to software, and sports is the new way for us to explain also our solutions better.
Sports is the new wave, as Stefan Wagner says, but you certainly have a tremendous amount of experience doing it. Tell us the story of basically the German national team and how you got into this in the first place.
Yeah, okay, that was the beginning at that time when we said, now let's invest in sports and entertainment, and we take that serious, and we open really an industry. It was during the World Cup in Brazil, or beginning in the preparation of the World Cup in Brazil. The German national team approached us and said, can you also help us not only to run our company as a long-standing customer with us, no, help us also in the sport arena. Help us to improve the performance on the pitch, make us more productive. So we said, yes, why not? Let's try that. And then we invited them to one of our app houses, and we started a design thinking session. And we we developed together a solution what they applied during the World Cup. And obviously it was successful. We won the World Cup. Because I'm a German, so I'm still very proud about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know this is an international Reuters audience. A little xenophobic here with the German we winning the World Cup, but the technology you provide is available worldwide.
It is. And we are now, after the World Cup, we started then, because the the success was so tremendous, we decided to productize the solution. And since we have productized that, we have it now sold worldwide. Just last year, we won 16 new customers only in soccer, professional first league customers, 16, only in 2016.
Well, it's an amazing stat and an amazing number, but from the perspective of understanding your uniqueness, is it because you provide soup to nuts, vertically integrated solutions, because you tailor the solutions to individual clients? Is it a combination? What makes you so unique?
I think it's a combination of both. Once, of course, we are a company who builds standard software, which we apply or which we deploy either on premise or in the cloud. Predominantly in the sports and entertainment industry, we recommend cloud solutions because it's the trend, it's cheap, it goes fast, right, and it fits to the industry. Yeah? So, but in general, we try to, when I'm talking about productization, we are building standard solutions. But we have a wonderful ecosystem also in SAP, partners which help us then also to modify or to customize the solution for the needs of our customers. So we have here a good combination out of standard solution and custom specific solutions.
I think a very important distinction, having come to understand what the company does, and also understanding that in North America today there are nearly 80 arena, hockey, basketball, football, baseball stadium leases that are up for renewal in the next 5 years. It is not a cookie cutter. It is not one solution fits all.
No.
You do have a master template that draws from all your experience, but your key is to create individual solutions for clients.
It is, and the trend, what you just elaborated, is definitely the whole opportunity. What I see at the market at the moment is the live venue. Creating the fan experience, the ultimate fan experience prior to the stadium, in the stadium, and after the stadium, the end-to-end fan experience. And that you can only create if you have a connected stadium, how we call it. And I think here has SAP a big advantage. We not only provide solutions for the fans, for the players.
Yeah.
We have a very good solution portfolio out of 3 pillars. First of all, the well-known solutions where we're coming from, financials, HR. We run the operations of an enterprise.
So that one makes everybody money because they're more efficient. We all understand that. That's a good one. So number 2.
Number 2 is the whole area of sales and marketing, where we help our customers to increase or to open new avenues for revenue. So ticketing increase, sales and marketing, understanding who is your fan, the individual. We define the golden fan record, that I really know who you are, what you want, and I want to create the attention of the fan. And third, but last not least, is the whole arena around team performance, where we started with the German national team, where we want to help the clubs or the association to gain a competitive edge. So that is an end-to-end solution offering, I think, what no one else has, and that makes us so attractive.
Personally, sponsorship in this world is kind of confusing, because a lot of people see SAP on hockey dashboards or stadium signs and they see a good commercial, and it may detract from the ultimate value that you can provide to teams and stadiums, which is the management piece, the in-stadium piece, the getting better on TV piece, the player piece. I mean,
okay, the sponsoring topic is a good topic, yeah, and it makes us, and we did an excellent job 5 years ago, also when we came into this market. And we always said we activated the SAP brand on the world's biggest stage, how we always said that we did very well. But nowadays, I can tell you, we made approximately 90% of all the deals in sports and entertainment without sponsorship. 90%. And that shows the value is accepted from our solutions, and it helps us to sell. Because also the sports or the clubs, at the end, they know they cannot only rely on sponsorship deals. They also need the good solutions in order to fulfill their strategy.
I guess the irony, in a way, is you are huge, you're nimble, you're flexible, you're international, and because one of your founders also owns the San Jose Sharks, and the arena is named after the company, there is this understanding, SAP Center. Everybody understands that you are big, but yet your secret sauce is to be nimble and flexible for teams and to make the money and to provide some unique solutions.
Yeah, for sure. That helps us also in the starting point that a lot of our founders are sports addicted, if I may say that, and that helps us also to apply technology in their own properties. But this is also a way how we develop software in close cooperation with our sponsorship properties, our partners. We develop our solution, and there is another arena, for example, in Germany, a sub arena. It's completely deployed or entirely installed. SAP is installed in all areas, and that helps us to learn. And I think it's not only a good showcase, it's the excellent way also to get the right knowledge, what we need. Also, we are there, we have a good technology, we develop the technology, we have not necessarily the knowledge about how you play soccer or how you train soccer. So we need to work.
Do your German national team. You say that you know everything. Right?
Yeah, no, we are not. So therefore we need to find the right partner with whom we can co-innovate and learn how to translate this knowledge in our technology. And we call that co-innovation, and that worked excellent. And Subcenter is one example, Subarena is another one, German national team, FC Bayern Munich. These are all cases with whom we co-innovate and develop our solutions.
How transportable is that to the United States? I assume it's all transportable.
Yeah, we started in soccer.
Right.
In my word, football, and your word, soccer.
We understand.
Okay, good, fine. It's soccer, by the way, I see as a very booming sport, a growing sport. So I think we will, and we're starting to sell last year Sports One, which is a solution for soccer here in US. But the big sports are here: basketball, American football, and so forth. So we definitely need to find now an entry into this market and also apply and develop a solution for this sports types. Yeah, we are in the process to do that.
Yes, you are, and doing a good job of it. And by the way, one of the interesting conversation points is always my perception of what owners in American sports are most worried about is something they call decouching. They've even invented a term for it, that the lazy fan is going to stay home and watch stuff on TV because there's no unique in-stadium experience. Yet the TV guys are saying we need to do a great product on TV because we pay a lot of money for the rights and we want to do both. Now, it seems to me the answer is in the technological innovation that you could provide for both. The in-stadium product, which we've seen some stuff demonstrated, but also a lot of it is worthy of being video, television, internet, whatever. I guess the solution to the decouching issue is a flexible technology company that can provide all of the solutions.
I think that is also what we learned here at the conference. Yeah. Everybody's talking about that, the ultimate fan experience, meaning that we are sitting at home at the couch and watching a game of Bayern München when they play in China. But we have the same atmosphere like if we would be in the stadium. That's the ultimate goal. And everybody has this vision and everybody explained this, but no one has it really realized yet in a complete end-to-end fashion. And it's super complicated because, as you said, there are multiple partners have to collaborate in such a project, but it will come soon. And I'm pretty sure we are part of this first project.
No, I know you're part of the whole thing. And the bottom line of all of this is that the interests, they claim to be diverse, but at the end of the day, they're probably aligned because the ultimate fan experience is interesting for television. But then what the stadium needs to do is to do the more ultimate fan experience and the ultimate fan experience. And it's all about, I think, providing some unique technological solutions that can be spread out over media, stadium, and a combination.
And it's at the end, the club or the sportsman who gets the attention of the fan. The attention of the fan is information overload. You see what's happened at the moment, and then comes esports. You can consume live Facebook.
Do you think esports is a sport?
Yes.
Okay, good. Good answer.
I think it will be a sport, and it is partially already a sport. For the generation, it is a sport. For me personally,
right.
I need to sweat.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and for me personally, I don't know how to play it, so it's not a sport.
I can play it, and I lose against my son, so that hurts me more.
That makes two of us. But the next generation, that's a sport, which of course is very important. And
you need to get this generation, otherwise you lose your revenue.
Well, and who knows what's going to happen 30 years from now. And just to kind of finally, the ultimate dynamic here is, again, my perspective. You're really big, and you're really global, and you really do everything. And maybe, in many ways, that's the heart of the problem, because people don't understand in some ways that you can offer solutions that are very comprehensive or very targeted depending on who the client is.
Yeah, depending on the client. I mean, that is also what we changed. At the beginning, I explained where SAP is coming from. We are well known to serve companies, software, big companies. But already 80% of all the software transactions we do to so-called small and medium customers. So we are not only the software provider for the big 100 customers, not at all. We sell to small, medium customers. We sell solutions with where you can purchase 1 to 3 licenses. I just introduced a solution today which costs you 25 euros per user.
Wow.
So this is a market. This is a market which is definitely not the top hundreds of this world. So I must say we find a way now to challenge the new trend in technology, meaning we developed a company towards a cloud company, and we are actually very good there already. And secondly, we can offer software to different segments in the market.
You told us very clearly where SAP has been. So where do you think SAP is going, and where will it be in 5 years?
It definitely will be the cloud company. I think with our acquisitions and our plans going forward, we definitely will be there, and we are there.
Yeah.
My next wish is that we are able to, and that's my personal responsibility, that we are able to grow the sports and entertainment business, and that we even be so successful like we are in Europe as of today, also in US very soon.
So we're looking ahead to the next World Cup, and the German national team is playing the U.S. team. Who are you rooting for? That's a silly question.
I'm for both.
For both. There is a very political man, ladies and gentlemen, a dynamic company, and a world-class politician, Stefan Wagner. Thank you very much.
Rick, it was a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Well, that's our show for this week, ladies and gentlemen. Getting ready for the intensity of the next set of rounds of the NHL playoffs, baseball, the Kentucky Derby, and a whole host of other things. Again, subscribe to our iTunes feed. Look for us on Stitcher, Google Play Audio Boom. And please join us. We'd like to thank Stefan Wagner and SAP, all they have to offer. We'd like to thank Jason Levine and Tanner Simpkins for putting this together. And above all, we'd like to thank you guys for watching and listening. And join us next week when we go Beyond the Scoreboard.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Don't miss Scott's Days at Ace. It's our biggest lawn and garden sale of the spring. So before you get to work on your yard, head into Ace now to save on Scott's, Miracle-Gro, Roundup, Ortho, and more. Now through Monday only, stock up and save over $600 on select Scott's products across the store. And as always, the help is free. Spring is here, and that means so are Scott's Days.